YouTubers and gamers, and I'm back, and today it's another pickup video, and as always I've got a nice mix of gaming related goodies. First of all, starting off with as always with the Nun games, I have well, a while ago I picked up the software for Guitar Hero Live for the Xbox 360. It was only, just move that a little bit, it's only about £5 for the software disc, all boxed. But I later discovered that you can't use the old guitars, and so from Cash Converters I managed to pick up the new Guitar Hero Live guitar. It was only a tenner. It's in good condition. It's got the dongle and everything, so now I can play out on the 360. I do already have this all boxed and complete for the PS4, but it's nice to be able to use that copy and play it on the 360 anyway. What other goodies have I got? Okay, also I from Nintendo I pre-ordered Kirby Planet Robot, or no, Robobot I should say. Planet Robobot. This is obviously the Amiibo edition. It just comes with the Amiibo and the software disc all boxed really, so there's no additional exclusive specials for Europe. But Nintendo did send us a few extra goodies with it. They sent us a pin, or a badge as we say in the UK, a metal pin, and a notebook, a Kirby notebook. And also they sent me with it as well, for no extra expense, a little Amiibo display case. So I've got to still decide which Amiibo I'm going to put in here really, because I've got a few cool ones like I've got the name now. Heck, I've got about 40 odd loose Amiibo, so I still got to decide which one I'm going to put in there. Anyway, also let's look up. Let's turn to games now, I think. Okay, going old school. For £2.50 from Cash Converters, I picked up the Cart for Zero Ring. This is like a Mega Drive game. I think it's a UK Power exclusive. I don't think it came to the States, this one. It didn't come with a box, so I picked up the. I had a spare box and printed off a sleeve from the cover project, and as it was only like a Mega Drive box on a cover project as opposed to Genesis, I don't think it's got a US release, but it's quite a good little shooter, that. And for £3 it's a good deal, because loose Cart elsewhere on eBay goes for about 15 quid, so £3, not bad. Turning to PSP, picked up Spider-Man Friend or Foe. I think that was about £6 from CEX. And for under £1 I got FIFA 13 from a charity shop. That was about 99 pence. And from CEX I got this movie. It's John Carpenter's Dark Star. Now this is, I highly recommend watching this movie if you get a chance. You can probably watch it on YouTube. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a copy of it on YouTube somewhere. Give it a go. It's obviously it's a John Carpenter film, and you usually expect a high standard with it. It was obviously made on a budget, but that's part of the humour, because it's quite an amusing dark comedy. This film is, I would say, very much a dark comedy. So definitely give it a go. It's yeah, it's pretty cool, I would say. Okay, got a couple of DS games. I think this was about £3. Mario and Sonic Olympic Games for Beijing edition. And again, I'm a sucker for any game made in 2008, so I tend to pick them up when I see them. And this is Real Football 2008. Again, I get 2008 games because that's the year my daughter was born in. And along with that, I also got a PS3 game, NASCAR 08. This was about £3 from CEX. And other PS3 titles I got. This game was only £3 and I got it from the cash converters, and online it goes for more than that. It actually goes for £15. It's quite an uncommon PS3 game. It's called Brain Challenge. So it's obviously one of those IQ improving Dr. Kawashima type game, I suppose, but for PS3. But it's the first time I saw it actually, and it's not a common game at all. So I thought for £3, you know, I'll get it. Okay, I'm collecting all the PES games on the. I'm just doing it while I see them cheap. And PES 2012, I think that was about £1.50 or something, so cheap enough. I had Shaun White snowboarding, but I wanted Shaun White skateboarding as well for a collection. Again, this was about £3 from CEX. Alright, these next two games are quite uncommon. I believe they was only released in Spain, but fortunately the packaging, as well as being in Spanish, is also in English, and obviously the gameplay is in English. And there are a couple of games by Freedom Factory, and so you can get these off eBay if you were to look. And I got both of these games for, I think that was under 30 quid delivered for two games. So it's a bit of a gladiatorial battle game called Bloodbath. So it's obviously a fighting type game. But obviously, like I said, it's a very uncommon PS3 title, all new and sealed. And also, I never knew this game came out, and I'm surprised it never got a proper release in the UK or America, because it's obviously based on a big, big franchise. And that is Kick-Ass 2. So why they decided just to release that in Spain and nowhere else, God knows why. But yeah, there is a game for Kick-Ass 2, so yeah, so obviously those two games will become very collectible in the future. Okay, let's turn to a Wii. Got lots of cheap Wii deals here. Secret Files Toniska. I do have a second one of this on the, is it a DS? But I think that it also came out on a Wii, so I've got to look out for that. It's less common. I think that was only about £2 or £3 from CEX. This was again was about £1 from CEX. It's a proper first-party Nintendo game. It's Wii Chess. So obviously the graphics are nothing to write home about, but then with chess you don't really need excellent graphics. But it is, like I said, a first-party Nintendo game for Wii, so I thought I might as well pick it up for £1. This game may be collectible at some point in the future. It's a Konami game, LEDs. I think there's another game on the DS, I believe, but that's the Wii version. That was about £2 or £3. I think where I got that from. I can't remember now, but it was about £2 or £3, wasn't a lot. Okay, now this game was, I think it was about £2 or something from CEX, and it's FIFA 09 All Play. And what's different about this Wii version of FIFA 09 is that you can, it's the All Play function whereby you can play as like football Mii characters. So it's a little bit different, so that's why I picked it up. Now actually it wasn't CEX, it was cash converters that was. These next two games also got from cash converters for £2 each. And I'm a bit of a sucker for any Monster Truck game, and so we've got Monster Truck Arena, that's £2, and Monster Truck Off-Road, both by Popcorn Arcade, so I think they're okay. Alright, this game I did get from CX for £2. Is The Garfield Show. When I was growing up as a kid, I was a massive fan of Garfield, with, the cartoon strip, very good. Yeah, so I tend to still pick up the games if I see them cheap. Okay, this game is a Sega release. The reviews on it are very good, but it's an unusual game. It's called Let's Tap, and basically it's for mini games whereby you place the Wii controller on a flat surface and you just tap away in a certain way, and you're able to control and do bits and bobs. It sounds a bit simplistic and dull, but actually the reviews are very good. And I got this for £1, and it also comes with like 2 tapping services, 2 boxes basically, which are a bit cheap if you think about it. I mean, why couldn't they have just made plastic boxes, you know, instead? But that's what I did. So that's all with it for £1. These were all empty, quite flimsy, so I filled these up with packing chips just to give it a bit of strength and endurance, so hopefully they'll last a bit longer that way. But yeah, it's just an unusual Wii game, and I'm a bit of a sucker for unusual Wii games with accessories, especially if they're by a good game developer like Sega. So yeah, I had to pick that up. Okay, this other game I got off eBay, sealed for only £3 delivered, which is like giveaway price. Surprisingly, the NTSC version of this is quite rare, and I think it's because wasn't released in GameStop. But in the PAL territories, it's not rare yet, and I imagine any Wii collectors will start to import this game, I imagine. Just because the American version, I think, goes for well over $60. Whereas, like I said, the UK version, I got sealed, all complete, for £3 delivered. So, you can't argue with that. And that game is Mensa Academy on the Wii. This also came out on the 3DS, I think. I've got a copy of this on the 3DS. That's not worth as much, but the Wii copy is quite elusive, especially in the States. So any Wii collectors out there, I would suggest picking this up while you still can, especially cheap. Okay, got a couple of PC titles. This was only £1. It's a dual case for StarCraft game. I think this would have been originally part of a big box set. This copy, even though, you know, as a dual case on its own, is still worth about £7 or £8 on Amazon, but I got this for £1. There's like a DVD box version of this, which is worth next to nothing. So this one's actually worth more, than surprisingly, even without the big cardboard box. So, and that's from a charity shop, and a week or two before then, from the same charity shop, they had the second one as well, StarCraft Wing of Liberty, but this is the one that comes with all the gatefold sleeve and everything else, so that's more complete, that one. Again, that was about £2, so happy to have those two for that sort of money. Okay, turning to the GameCube. Only one GameCube game today. It's been on my list for a long time. Got it for a tenner, which is about, no, it's not a bad price. It's original Battalion Wars, all complete. There was a sequel on the Wii, which I do have, but that's the first one. So I think there's only about 20 GameCube games I've got to get now, really, to complete all my want list. So that's good. Let's turn to the Xbox, the original Xbox. As you know, I've got all the Xbox games I want, really, but there was one which ideally I want on PS2, but I saw it on the Xbox for £1 in a charity shop, and I thought, well, it's a good looking game, so I thought I might as well get it anyway, even though I still need to get this on the PS2, and that is Spawn Armageddon. So for £1, I couldn't leave it there, really. Still an uncommon game. Okay, in cash converters, I showed you a copy of this I picked up on the PSP, but I think it's the last Wii U game, sorry. Last football Wii U game to come out on the Wii U, I think, and that's a FIFA 13. This is all sealed, this copy is, and it was £5, so I would never pay normally £5 for a football game, but as it's for Wii U and it's a sealed copy, even loose copies still go for about £5 of this game, so I thought I'll get it just for the collection anyway. Right, turning to PS2. Got a few cheap goodies here. Nothing amazing, but ugly Martians. That was about, I think it's about £1. This was about £2.50. Cartoon Network Racing. I think this was about £1 or £1.50. World War II Battle over Pacific. There was another Battle over Midway, I believe, which I do have as well. And I already got that on the PSP, but I didn't have it on the PS2. Jet Li Rise of Honor. That was £1 from a charity shop. I'm not sure if that's any good or not, but I thought I must pick it up for that money. This is supposed to be an okay surfing game. Sonny Garcia Surfing. This was literally only 10p, so I thought I'd sold it for 10p. You know, it's nothing, is it? Okay, this other game I got from a charity shop. It's actually a second copy I've got, but I'm going to keep it anyway because it's going to be a cheap investment. It was only £1, and I do have like this version and also the gatefold 2 or 3 disc version, whatever it is. And that is Silent Hill 2 Director's Cut. So for £4 I thought, yeah, I might as well have that. Little, you know, another duplicate investment. Okay. Right, I got one game on the PS4. It was only a tenner in cash converters, and you know, it's a good price for this game. It's Wasteland 2 Director's Cut. I do believe the first Wasteland was an old PC game. So it's another sort of post-apocalyptic type Borderlands type game, but I guess there's a, you know, there might be, I guess it's a bit more, it's not quite like Fallout, it's more of a top-down game as opposed to a first-person or third-person shooter. Okay, alright. I've got one game on the Game Boy Advance. It's actually 2 games on 1 cart, and to get them, the 2 games separately boxed is extremely expensive. But to get them together, boxed and complete with the manual, is obviously less expensive. And this, I got this for about £35. Which may sound like a lot for a Game Boy Advance title, but when you see this, you think actually that's a, you know, that's a fair price really. And that is for Castlevania Double Pack. So you've got your Harmony of Dissonance and Aria of Sorrow. So yeah, definitely 2 of the better games to pick up for, you know, for Castlevania. And you know, it's really nice to have it all boxed and complete. And it's well worth £35. Okay, as you know, I'm trying to finish off my PS1 collection, so I've got a few more PS1 titles. I paid anything between £1 and I think the most expensive one was about, actually £3. I think this was the most expensive one I got paid here. So £1 and £3 I paid for these titles, which it's not bad. Got Europe Racer. This is done by Davalex, who did a lot of the London Racer games. This is part of a bundle I bought actually. I bought about 3 games. No, that's about 5 games for about £12 it was. And this is part of that bundle. I'm not too sure if it's worth keeping or not, but I'm going to anyway because it's not a common game I see. It's Pyjama Sam. You are what you eat, from your head to your feet. So it's obviously a kids game, aimed, sort of kids platform type game, aimed to try to encourage kids to eat more healthily. Part of that same bundle of 5 games I also got Medieval, which obviously is a game that could go for about £15 on its own, so to get it, you know, part of the bundle for £12 off eBay was a good deal, all complete. Also with that was Pool Shark, again nothing amazing, but there is a Pool Shark 2 which I do want to get, which is a PAL exclusive on the PS2 and the Xbox. So that's more, you know, So it's worth keeping for that reason alone. And XS Moto, again, it's a motorbike game. It's alright. And FA Manager. So nothing amazing, but it is by IDOS, which is more of a reason why I'm keeping it and not just getting rid of it. So yeah. Okay, these next two games, these next three games I all got for about £3 each. Courier Crisis. I think that may have also come out on the Dreamcast, if I'm correct. I'm not sure about the Nintendo 64, but yeah, Courier Crisis. This game definitely came out on the Dreamcast originally, and I showed, I think in the last pickup video, of the Dreamcast copy. But then I later discovered it also came out on a PS1. I just come across it when I was playing my PlayStation Arcade, really. So I thought, yeah, I've got to pick up for a PS1 as well. And that is, the game is simply called Expendable in the States, but in the UK it's called Millennium Soldier Expendable. And this last game is shown in the background. I think it was sort of, came out around the same time as Tim Burton's Invaders from Mars film. It's called Invaders from Mars, I believe. Oh, no, Mars Attacks. That's it, Mars Attacks. And so it was kind of inspired like that. It's also inspired by B movies, hence the title B movie. They came from outer space. This did get released in the States, but I think it has a different title. So I'm not sure what it's called in the States, but yeah, it's a tongue-in-cheek old game. I remember seeing it back in the 90s and playing it. I think I played a demo of it to be honest. It's okay. It's not the best of games, but £3 I definitely thought I'd have that. Okay, that's it guys. That's all my pickups for the last couple of weeks. Yeah, I think I've done alright again. As before, please leave any comments or thumbs up, or if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. So until my next video guys, take care and bye.